Hi friends, in the previous video we have discussed importance of roads in India and different modes of transportation system. Now we start with merits, or you can say characteristics of roadways or highways. On roadways, movement of mixed mode of vehicles were taken place, means motorcycles, rickshaws, passenger cars, trucks, multi-axle trucks, as well as pedestrians and bullock carts simultaneously move. For short distance movement of materials and passengers, these roadways or highways are very useful. These are ideal for non-bulk cargo movement. Also, the roadways are very economical from common man's point of view. It provides door-to-door step service to the people. In hilly or mountainous regions where there is no other mode of transportation is available, roads are the only means of transportation to access these high altitude areas. Also, the roads act as a feeders to the other mode of transportation system. Means to reach the railway stations, airports, and docks and harbors, we have to use roadways. The starting and destination points are not fixed along the roadways. That is, you can start from anywhere on the road and you can stop at any point on the roads. Also, roads provide services to the remote areas where no other mode of transportation is available. Demerits of roadways or highways. Highways or roadways are only suitable for short distance movement of materials and passengers. There is limitations on bulk movement of cargoes along the roadways or highways. The tractive resistance between the road surface and the wheels of the vehicle is more, and hence there is more consumption of fuel and power. Also, accident rates are very high on roadways, but the severity is less as compared to the other mode of transportation. There is restrictions on the speed of vehicles on the roads. Now we see merits of railways. Railways are very suitable for bulk cargoes for long distances, and you know that railways are very popular among the population. Comparatively less power is required in case of railways. Railways provide employment to millions of the pupils of our nation. It also helps in national integration as you can travel from one corner of the country to the another corner of the country so as to understand the various social behavior of the pupils. Demerits of railways: starting and destination points are fixed. You can't start from any point along the railway lines, isn't it? There is starting and destination points are always fixed. Railways cannot provide door-to-door step services. For that, you have to provide roadways. Restrictions on the path of railway. That means you can't provide very sharp curves and gradients along the railway lines. And railways required very special equipment and devices for their maintenance and establishment. And that is why the cost of railway track is very high as compared to the roadways. Airways. Airways is a very sophisticated and fast mode of transportation available on the earth. It is very luxurious type of transportation available. Airways play very important role during wartime for fast movement of reinforcement and soldiers from one place to another place. From airways, there is very high revenue generation from tourism and passenger traffic. Demerits of airways: it is very obvious that airways are very costly. These are the out of reach of the common man. A very big investment is required to establish airways facilities, that is airports and aircraft. And airways are very climate sensitive, means in storms and very high rains and during fogs there is very difficult to take off and to land the aircraft on the airports. Now we discuss merits of waterways. Waterways are most economic mode of transportation available, and very huge amount of materials can be transported for very long distances from one continent to the another continent, especially for the movement of bulk movement of, you can say, bulk movement of oil, coal, timber, food grains, etc. Less power is required in case of waterways, and you can say it is somewhat environment friendly. Demerits of waterways: time consuming and slow. Waterways are always time consuming, and so it takes very long time to reach at the destination point. Also, storms and hurricanes may damage the cargoes. Also, the marine life may be affected by if large oil leakage is happened in the container. So dear friends, these are the merits and demerits of various modes of transportation system. Now we start with classification of roads. The general classification of roads are classification of roads on the basis of usage during seasons. All weather roads and fair weather roads. All weather roads are negotiable throughout the year, that is, in all the seasons, these roads are negotiable. And on the other hand, fair weather roads are only negotiable during the fair seasons or fair weather. Examples of all weather roads are bituminous roads, cement concrete roads, and fair weather roads are earthen roads. Classification of roads on the basis of type of carriageway: paved roads and unpaved roads. If the carriageway is provided with hardened materials, pavement of hardened materials, that type of road is known as paved roads. For example, WBM road, black top surface road means bituminous road, grey top surface roads means cement concrete roads. Unpaved surface, it is not provided with hardened pavement of hardened material. The examples of unpaved roads are earthen roads or gravel roads, you can say. Classification of roads on the basis of type of pavement surfacing. If the pavement surface is provided with surfaces like bituminous material or cement concrete material, it is known as surface roads. And when the pavement of the road is not provided with any type of this pavement surfacing, it is known as unpaved roads. Examples of unpaved, unsurfaced roads are WBM road and earthen road, because no surface is provided on the pavement surface. Classification of roads on the basis of traffic volume: heavy traffic road, medium traffic road, and low traffic road. And classification of road on the basis of load: class 1, class 2 and class 3 type of roads.